morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's another beautiful cold ass day in Rhode Island, and today we are going to be doing something a little different. A local detailer didn't want to do this car because he smelt the remnants of mold and mice, and as you know, I'm not afraid to dive into shit like that. So today we have a relatively clean car. The guy started detailing it, but the problem is I have to track down where the mice are, and it smells horrendous in here. You can smell it when you open up the center console. You can smell like just pure mouse waste. So my guess is they're underneath the center console. So we're going to be pulling the center console out. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to look in other obvious areas. Mice can appear in a vehicle in 3 or 4 different spots. One is the spare tire compartment. You've got something strange. I don't know what that is. It looks like droppings of some kind, but not mouse. Oh, those are pellets. I think those are wood pellets. Alright, we'll clean that up. I don't think that has anything to do with mice, but we'll clean that up. The next place to look is the glove box. So after emptying the glove box, there are no obvious signs of mouse droppings in there. So the next place to look is the cabin air filter, which is usually behind the glove box. So in the Elantras, there's this little clip right here. I'll turn my light on. So there's this little clip here, right? You just pop it off with your finger. There's little knobs. See these little knobs right here? So that clearly is what holds the glove box in, and then that glove box drops. Okay, and then right here is your cabin air filter. So you just pinch and pull, the cover comes off, and we'll take a look and see if we've got a mouse problem on top of our cabin air filter. And yes, we do. But these seats should fly forward here, and then we can at least get a view if there is a mouse nest behind and underneath the skirt of the seat. It's kind of hard to see. My camera work's not great. I'm sorry. And I'm not seeing any evidence of mice there. I see wood pellets, lots of them. So we'll be sure to vacuum underneath all that. Let's check the other seat. See what that looks like. I know my camera works shit, so I'm sorry guys. I gotta do this one-handed and my GoPro head mount broke. So we are doing it this way for right now. Let's take a look underneath this rear seat skirt. See what we got going on here. More wood pellets. That'll all get vacuumed. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna take apart the center console. All right, so the tools we'll need is 10mm socket, impact gun with a Phillips, 2 plastic pry tools. We'll start by taking off these pieces here. We're gonna start by prying at this piece, and we just kind of work our way up. And the way you do this is you pull up, not out. You just pull up. None of the clips broke. Let's do the second one. Kind of a pain in the ass. You get your hand and you go underneath this. And you pull up, right? Up. You don't want to pull. You don't want to lift this. You just want to pull out towards yourself, and the pieces come out. Very easy. Okay, the next thing is we've got 2 Phillips heads here. Okay, pull those out. And the problem is This piece can be kind of weird to get out, so we have to throw this in neutral. And if I don't want to use the ignition for the sake of not annoying myself with the key chime, pop this little thing out. Push the neutral lockout down, throw it in neutral, and you're done with that. All right, so this is kind of a bear to get off, but you're supposed to, without wrecking it, you get a flathead in there, and you just push down. Without damaging it, we got that off, and then there's a lock pin that holds the shift knob in place. Tiny little C-clip right here. This tiny little guy, so you don't want to lose that. Put it on the floor. Shift knob comes off, bezel comes off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. It took a little bit more time than anticipated, but so okay. Make sure it's in neutral. I'm just gonna pull up firmly. See how those clips went? All right. Now we got the back one. There's a plug under here, a couple plugs. So we're just gonna wiggle those out. Okay, now we got our center console piece off. So there's 4 screws you'll see here, but the outer screws, the upper outer screws, are the ones that you want. So we're gonna take those out. So if you're worried about confusing screws, they're identical. Okay, emergency brake up, pry tool in, pop that piece out, little plastic bezel, nothing more to do there. Center console arm rest, lift it up, you got 2 10 mils in here. One little 3-inch extension. Should have enough now to get these loosened and out. There's our armrest. Pull up and out. And our center console is removed. There's no mouse nest, but there is evidence of mice. I'll show you. So we got some acorns and some leaves. There's a couple of mouse droppings. It's not, you can see them right there, right? There is no place that mice cannot get. We've got some sort of liquid down there. Kind of looks like mouse piss. So that material you see right there, they love chewing up that deadening material and making nests out of it. But I don't see an evidence of a nest, I just see an evidence of them stashing shit here, which still, I mean, we got some more fecal matter down here, some fur. I am gonna check underneath this back seat next, now that we got this apart. I confirmed that there has been mouse activity under here. There's been mouse activity on the actual center console, so we gotta take care of that too. So where we're at right now is we've got some evidence of mice in the wheel well, them chewing up the wood pellets. I don't really know if they're edible to mice or not, but as I remove the back seat, it's all down in here, chewed up. There's some mouse droppings kind of scattered about. There's mouse droppings underneath the seats. But other than that, I really don't see a large nest of any kind. As you can see, the back seat, there is some evidence of mouse droppings in one part of the seat. I saw when I was taking the back seat out, there was, I think I might have knocked it loose when I must have knocked it loose when I ripped the seat out. There was like mouse droppings all in these little cracks here. I kind of popped the seat out and I think it went flying everywhere. So I decided to check her airbox anyway, and this is interesting because I'm pretty sure this is one unit you have to buy in one piece, I think. So this looks like charcoal filter. It's a secondary filter, and then you've got your primary air intake filter. This looks relatively new, but there's a lot of leaf debris jammed in between these. So if you're doing a job like this, make sure you check this. I'm going to blow this out and put it back in and vacuum out this tray. This can actually rob efficiency and performance, believe it or not, quite a bit. So if you guys are ever doing something like this, always check the air boxes and check the intake inlet. You can see the throttle body inside there looks nice and clean. So there's nothing impeding the airflow. Let's blow this filter out, reinstall it, and then get to cleaning the car. So I put the Elantra off for a few days. They're coming to get it in about a half hour. I finished doing everything. Just got to vacuum the trunk, put the floor mats back in. But it came out really good, and what I did to this was pretty excessive. So in any event, let's flip the camera around and show you the final results of the Elantra. Very, very clean car for a 10-year-old car. I mean, it'll be 10 years old here this coming year. The seats were a little bit stained. I kind of wrestled with them a little bit. If you leave stains in seats too long, they're not coming out, period. I don't care how good of a detailer you are or how strong of a cleaner you use, especially beige sheets, they are not going to come 100% clean. The rugs are very clean. I blew them out with a Tornador, and then I soaked them in disinfectant and concrobium, scrubbed them, extracted them. The trunk wasn't really anything to bark at. I cleaned the spare tire compartment where all the, it was actually organic kitty litter that was in the trunk and underneath the rear seat. We lifted the rear seat, as you remember, cleaned underneath that, and then extracted the seats and whatnot, and cleaned the rugs behind it. And then same goes for the driver compartment. The only thing is that we took the center console completely out, found evidence of mice travels under there. We cleaned all that, disinfected it, cleaned it as best we could, and then replaced it. That's pretty much it for this one. Relatively straightforward. Don't be afraid to get into these jobs. They make you a decent amount of money, but you have to make sure you put in the work and document everything that you do. So if the customers have questions, you can show them pictures or videos of what you did and the products that you use and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you are being upfront and honest with your customers. You don't just charge them an excessive amount of money and don't represent your work. You know, it's just not a healthy thing to do, especially if you're trying to grow a business. So that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna get working on this X5 once they come and pick this car up, and I should be done with that tomorrow afternoon. And then I got an S4 coming in, and then I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get this Mustang done until after Christmas. So Mustang will get done when it gets done. I gotta order some rapid remover for the decals, and then I have an RDX coming in on Thursday or Friday. I think it's the 22nd or the 23rd to have an exterior recon done. So I've got a busy week before Christmas. Holy smokes, I'm gonna have to put in some time later this week at night to get some extra work done. Okay guys, that's it for today. And I think the next thing I'll document is probably this 1,000 horsepower Roush and maybe that RDX. The RDX is kind of trashed on the outside. So it's always fun to do those transformation videos, show my customers exactly what your vehicle can look like when it comes in looking pretty rough. So thanks for watching and have a great day.